Welcome to Monday Night Live, the weekly training that guides professionals to financial prosperity. Join our community and start building your wealth.
So guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here. What we're going to do tonight is go over scripts. And I thought we would focus on both buyer scripts, and seller script, right? Because right now, if you look at inventory, okay, and this is one of the advantages of having a national team. We get to see everything from a bird's eye view all over the country. So right now, our listing inventory is about 3 times more than what's under agreement. And for several years, including the slow period last year and part of the year before, the team was pretty much in equilibrium. We had just about as many listings and buys, in transactions, but it's actually a record low. Actually, the volume is record low. But in any case, the point is here is what do you do? If you have rising inventory and there's not many people out there buying, what do you do? Well, that's why you want to pay attention to the scripts tonight, because even though the volume's down, sorry, hey guys, one more second. There are still people buying and selling. The key is getting a hold of them and how do you communicate with them? And that's what the script's all about. Now, before we start that, I wanted to have Andre on tonight. For those of you who are new to the team, or you're new to the class, Andre is my sponsor. Hey, Rob, did you have a question up here?
No, I was just moving the laptop. Sorry.
Everywhere, but you should.
I don't know if you heard. If you could be my co-pilot tonight, I'd appreciate it. Helping with I hadn't promoted you to
As
the
people
co-sponsor.
go up,
Yeah, I saw you made me co-host when I was checking, so I'll take care of it.
Good. Thank you, sir. But tonight, guys, Andre LeFountain he's my next upline. My immediate upline is on a little bit of a hiatus, but Andre, that's okay though, because Andre is the best of the best. But what I wanted to talk about tonight first, just for a few minutes, is the Accelerate program, because a lot of you know I'm no longer participating in it myself directly, but you're able to and you're allowed to. And I do encourage it. If you focus on traditional business, you probably want to be an Accelerate. And also, if you're looking to attract people, you can use Accelerate to attract people. Okay. So, in any case, they came up with some more of the rules and how that works. Starting probably around the first of the year. So, if Andre, if you wouldn't mind, kind of take some time here. Let's dig into like we did today. Dig into Accelerate, so everybody here understands what's available to them and what's possible, and how they can participate should they choose to do so.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys all know Jay Kinder is our senior business partner above us, and he's built out that funnel pilot system where we can get access to his team of tech people that build out lead funnels for you at no cost. And they also have help with social media content, branding, all that through that Accelerate program. I'm paying Jay a monthly fee basically, so my partners can get access to it. And I know, like I said, Gary was doing it for a while, but they got a new program called Apprentice. So basically, if anyone's interested in the agent attraction piece or funnel pilot for the leads, either one, we can get you connected as an apprentice, and you can use Jay's funnel pilot system for yourself for leads, but also to attract agents to join EXP. If any of you have ever been on Jay's webinar that he had in the past that you can listen to, and he talks about his $50,000 a month lead generation system implementation team. Well, it's been going so well that he's actually grown that quite a bit, and he's now spending $100,000 a month in this lead generation and implementation team. And he just started 3 weeks ago a live webinar every Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern. And the first one had about 90 some people. The second one had 225. The one we had this past Thursday maxed out his Zoom at 300, and we probably had 100 people that couldn't get in because the word's out and people are inviting people to this webinar. So it's a great way to do agent attraction, excuse me, without even have to mention anything about EXP. You can just talk to somebody and ask them if they're interested in, just kind of have a conversation to find out, hey, what are you doing to grow your business? And they ask you the same thing and tell them that you're excited because you've partnered up with a guy named Jay Kinder, who was #2 in Coldwell Banker, selling 532 homes a year, has his own real estate coaching company, etc. But you partnered up with him, and now we have access to this unbelievable lead generation system that he's paying 100 grand a month for with his entire team that doesn't cost you anything. And you can say, we're actually having a webinar about it on Thursday. He's going to be introducing what the funnel pilot program is, and introducing the tech team that builds everything out. And are you available, Thursday at 1? I'll send you a link. And then you can send them a link and they'll get registered to join that webinar. And then Jay shares everything with what he's doing to help agents grow with the funnel pilot. And he has a couple of people normally jump on and share a testimonial or two. And basically, it's a great way to open people up that have no interest in moving, but they need help with growing their business, and they would like to have this system, and they can't really buy it because Jay's not selling it. If he did it, he'd probably charge people $25,000 a year to do what he's doing each, and they can have access to it at no cost if they partner up with us and move over to EXP. And of course, it's all tracked. So in the past, it was a kind of a heavy lift to get everyone access to the system of Accelerate. Like Gary, we had a lot to do, a lot of tech background to get that all set up to have a full system blown out, or for you to have a full system built out, but now through this new program, instead of giving you a full go high level system with all the back end stuff, you're able to get kind of a limited one underneath me. And within 10 minutes, you literally I can send you an email. You get all the information about your links to send the links out to people. There's a few different links for the live webinar, for the old recorded webinar, etc., to get into your portal, to get into my schedule. There's 4 links. But you can literally watch a quick start training that's 10 minutes. And within 10 minutes, understand what you have to do and literally be able to send a link to somebody and get them on the next Thursday Zoom. Now, what Jay's asking for anyone that's interested in that system, that they have to, just to be activated, to be able to at least share the link with 5 people a month and get at least 1 person a month to the webinar. If you don't think you want to talk to 5 people a month and try to get 1 person in a webinar, then don't even really raise your hand and get involved. That's the very minimum to get activated to use it. I'm asking my partners, at least we just started this a couple of weeks ago, and we're actually in a 30-day beta. So it's going to be, they said, second quarter before everyone can get activated with this new system. But I'm in a beta test right now, helping them work out the kinks and stuff. So we're only adding like 10 people in the first 30 days to just test everything out. And I think I have 5 already plugged into it. But for the ones that I want to get plugged in first, and I'm asking them if they would be willing to commit to reaching out to 1 person a day. Ask one real estate agent a day if they'd be open to coming to this webinar. So 1 a day, 5 a week. Because if you can ask 1 a day, 5 a week, that's 20 a month. Out of that 20, you'll probably get 5 people to show up, because it's, 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5 will show up. But the ones that show up, they're having really high conversion rates. And if you got 5 people to show up, you get at least 1 or 2 to join. So if you want 1 or 2 new agents to join you every month, then ask 1 person a month, 1 person a day, 5 a week to be willing to jump on the webinar. The other training on Mondays for the apprentice system, they do have, and it's an amazing system. I'm telling you, I'm paying a lot per month, but it's all free to our partners. But on Mondays, there are 4 different trainings. They're only a half an hour each, so it's like 2.5 hours all together on a Monday. It's like at 10:30 Eastern, 11, 12:30 huddle, and 4 p.m. is role plan. So they have role plan at 4 p.m. in the evening. 12:30 is a huddle just for the apprentices only, and then the 10:30 and 11, those are like list build to know how to build your list and ideas and who to call and all that kind of stuff. And then the fast start, and they are on Mondays, so you can get a lot of steam for the whole week. So if you're interested in getting plugged into that now and can commit to the 2.5 hours on Monday, and then after you've been on 2 of the 4 for a month or 2, I'm not going to make people really commit 100% for them to be on all, because that's a lot on Monday. But in the beginning, you need to know what you're doing and get plugged in and everything. But the apprentice calls and the role playing, you want to get on, because you just get better as you progress. So if anybody's interested in being an apprentice with me in the next couple of weeks and can commit to that, definitely let me know now. Put your name in the chat or whatever, and we can get you connected. If you can't commit to all that right away, but you are interested and would like to, you can definitely commit to the 5 a month, 1 a month to join. Then we can definitely get you plugged in, in a few weeks or months once we have the people that want to spend more time on the agent attraction side. All right. I don't know if anyone have any questions, or I don't know what else you want me to share, Gary. But if you haven't been on Jay's webinar, you should jump on. It's live every Thursday at 1 o'clock Eastern. Instead of me trying to invite all of you, just go to my link. I'll put in the chat, and you can just go on that link and register. And when you go to that link, you click on it. There's a 1.5 minute video for you to watch. And that's Jay explaining what you're going to learn on Thursday. And then you put in your name, number, email, check the little box that you can get emails or whatever at the end, and submit it. And then you'll get an email sent to you. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes the email comes to you in a minute. Sometimes it's taking people several hours. I don't know why, but just refresh and check your spam. But if you put in the search engine 100K, 100,000, 100K, because in the headline it has meet our $100,000 a month team, I think you should be able to find it. And then just get on it, watch it Thursday, and then if you're interested, let me know. And everything that you're talking about in that webinar, it's about Funnel Pilot and the lead generation system and all the things the team does. And if you're directly under Gary, or if Gary's your sponsor, or maybe one person under Gary, you all get access to all that for free already, because I'm paying Jay for my partners to get access to that funnels for free, and you guys can start using it. If you want to do agent attraction or not, there's 2 parts of it. Funnel Pilot is the calling in leads and selling houses, and the apprentice system is agents that want to attract agents and recruit agents by introducing Funnel Pilot to them so they can use it. And I'll take questions if you have any more. Anyone has any questions?
One thing I just want to find out who's on the call tonight. that wasn't accelerate and wants to continue. I know PF, I don't see a PF here. Normally he's on. Actually, PF is theirs is down to the bottom. Hey PF, if you're here at all, if you wouldn't mind to unmute yourself, I want to have Andre and you be an example of what Andre's talking about. Would that help you guys if you had an example? Yeah, Case said, yeah. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey PF.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Yeah. By the way, that can you hear me? That phrase, I actually copyright protected it. So I get a penny
Oh,
every time
no.
someone uses it now. So I'm going to be a billionaire in about 2 days.
Oh, but I didn't say, can you hear me now? That one I recognize.
There you go.
I'm on the road on my way back home, so I'm sorry I was late for the meeting. Yeah, it's soup to nuts. And the team, they're very hands-on. They're very
You just went blank there.
Awesome.
You can hear me. There you are. Whoop. Maybe you're not there.
While we're waiting for him to come back,
Yeah.
Wes has asked, would we refer each other for credit for 5? I'm not sure what that means exactly. Can you take yourself off mute and ask me the question?
Yeah, Bless, go ahead and unmute yourself. Let's see. Let's unmute.
Would we refer each other for credit for 5?
I think what she's saying is, you know how we said to be an apprentice program, if you send the video out for 5 people and at least if one of them watches, you can qualify for the apprentice program. I think what she's saying is like amongst the group here.
No, you wouldn't want to do that. The whole idea is you want to share it with non-EXP agents to recruit them to join us at EXP and name you as sponsor. So we can all grow our EXP organizations. Now, if there's anyone on this call that's currently not in EXP or currently in EXP, but not in Gary's downline, I don't know how else to say it, but
Gary, is that me? Am I in your downline? Am I not in your downline? I'm so confused. That's why I didn't think I was eligible before.
Actually, you're in someone else's downline. So do you know who your sponsor is, Kay?
No, I
Sponsor
never
for-
could figure out how to find that out. I was something to do with Dayton Schrader.
Yeah. Well, here's the interesting thing is this, and Andre brought this up today, guys. If you think about it, at EXP, Andre and I, and most of you know I'm a sponsor, and you know Andre's above me, and you know Levi, James, Dan, all the way up to Albie and Jay Kinder. You guys know that because our upline is extremely supportive. And we get a lot from them. But like, Kay, you're not the first person. This came up today. It comes up all the time. People don't even know who their sponsor are. It's not a reflection on you. It's a reflection on them and your upline that they're not really organized. They're not providing the support that's necessary for that. That's why you're on our team, Kay. You weren't getting that from your upline. So I don't know if Andre can find a home for you there.
yeah, we can. If that's what I was going to say is even if you're not, then because of co-sponsorship, we still can help you. We just have to have a different conversation because we got to talk about co-sponsorship.
Well, then talk to me about co-sponsorship because I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
I mean, Gary's the only one I get any support from.
Well, thank you. So, Kay, you would name me, or no, sorry, anybody you want to bring in, and I'll work with you on that. I'm working with Rose Michelle's the same situation. Something
Yeah,
about
I met
Texas.
with her.
Yeah. So you guys are awesome. And I have I don't know if you call it like a moral obligation, but our motto here at XP is a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yes.
If we help you, we're helping everybody. And I live that, like you just said, I'm the only person to help from. It's not because I'm some kind of a superhuman person. I live the model. I mean, I benefited from it. I want you guys to have the same thing I've got and probably better. I want you to be better than me. So I am absolutely willing to help you and work with you. The challenge is when you bring somebody in, they would have to name me as the primary sponsor and you as the co-sponsor, because with co-sponsorship, the co-sponsor, the benefit is from your position down. You would benefit from revenue share
Yeah,
clearly from that
that's
person.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't mind doing that.
you get every dime of it, but your upline would not. Only the primary sponsor's upline gets it. And the reason that's necessary is that it opens up the door for that person to get things like Accelerate, NAEA, all the way up the line. That's why it's more of a technical reason, formality. Um, but absolutely, I mean, if you
Well, I'll
could,
schedule a time with you and maybe you can show me how to go in and request a co-sponsorship and walk me through it. You know, me and technology is not my thing, but I'm
you
better.
should look at you now. You're a
Yeah.
Cooper Woods. Yeah. Top of
Does
the
she
game.
just
You
jump
captain
on
the
and have
team.
Holly or somebody do it for her?
We can do it. It's really up to us, and it's not that honestly. Um, between Sugar and Andre's wife Beth, I mean Beth's an angel. My gosh, she's anybody that's in our we call it the agent attraction huddle. You know, that's Sean's on tonight. Sean Peon's in the huddle. Kathy's in the huddle. Who else is in the huddle? I'm trying. Please forgive me if I'm not calling her name. Um, PF currently is not in the huddle. Um, I think Lily at one point you were, but you have to be in the huddle to be part of this because it's a smaller, tight knit, intimate group. We get together twice a week and we support each other and help each other. We talk about our people we're bringing in, or help objection handling strategies for the follow up call, things like that. So if you set up a call with me, okay, you have a Calendly link. I'll walk you all the way through it. I'll make sure you're set up with the huddle links and how this actually works. I don't want to go into a lot of detail because we still have class material tonight. I just want to let you know that absolutely it's possible. And Andre K capped on the team. Theater cap is probably like late summer. You know, so she's a producer, you know. So she's a hustler. So I don't know if hustlers are right. Hustle to me means that's good. Like if you
Okay.
play football, you want somebody that hustles. But I'm not saying Kay's a hustler down there in South Texas, you know.
I'm not a cougar.
There you go. All right. But let's see. So PF, you were getting ready to you were saying something and then you were not moving, but we lost you must have been in a dead zone up there in Boston or something. If you're still there, go ahead and mute yourself. So okay, set up a call. We'll go from there. Okay.
Okay, I'll do it now.
All right. PF, you still there, buddy?
I am, but it's still going in and out, and I'm like 5 minutes away from my house. I'll
Okay.
rejoin from my house.
Okay, that sounds good.
So, yeah.
Right. Now, let me ask this. Is anybody on tonight that this is the first you're hearing of all this and you're curious and you want to know more about it? Okay, so Sean is brand new, Andre, and she's good. She knows her business and she does a good job. So yeah. And she's I'm her direct sponsor.
Okay. Yes, you
So
put it
what should
in the chat so
yeah,
I can reach out to her.
okay. So Sean, Andre will connect with you and help you get what you need to get to check that out, the whole Accelerate program. Okay.
Gary, I'll
Is it
say
approved?
that this morning I was on I think they called it the startup, or it wasn't kickoff, it was something, you
Fast
know,
start.
sorry.
Was it the fast start call?
Yeah, it was like 10:30.
Yep.
So I was there, and then for like the first 10 minutes they just kind of played music and Harley was like dancing or something. And then I felt like I might have been in the wrong room, but I wasn't. It was titled correctly. But everybody was kind of speaking at each other, not really, wasn't fully like business kind of oriented. It was just kind of talking to each other just about the AI song they had and different things. And then it got to be right at 11 o'clock, and somebody said that they would jump off. I think Jeff Quain said they would jump off and go to the list builder call. And everybody's like, okay, cool, see you there. And it was like 11:01. So it just promptly ended and went to that call. Well, I was furnished a link to get to the call I was on, so I didn't know how to get to the other link to the other call. So I said, so how do I get to a list builders call? And there wasn't a prompt answer at first. I asked again, I think, and then they said something about, check your events, see you there, and then they were gone. I didn't know where to go and
Rob, are
how
you
to
part
follow
of the
up.
Accelerate program?
Yes,
Yeah, so if you're part of the Accelerate program, you have your own coaching site, right?
I assume so. Yeah,
You have it.
I
Is it
just got with Holly, and like last week I had a Monday night, I guess last Tuesday or something, I had a call with Gary for a strategy session, and so that told him that I was picking that up. I got together with Holly, and she set everything up and got me onboarded. And yeah,
Yeah,
so
so you go.
I'm not confident in the way to answer you as far as what I have access to. I'm sure I have what I'm supposed to have.
Yeah, if
I
you
just
have
wasn't sure.
Accelerate system or Funnel Pilot, those Jay's got a coaching website. Um,
Yes,
you go to that coaching site on the left-hand side, you'll have the little button for one's for Accelerate, one's for Funnel Pilot. There'll be one for Apprentice, for my apprentices on there. And there's a few other ones. You click on whichever one you are, and then it opens up, looks like kind of like a Facebook type page. And on the top, it has uh, uh, on the events tab, and you click on that events tab, and it gives you a calendar, and it's all the training for that system, 5 days a week basically. And you go and you'll go like Mondays today. You'll see it. If you go to 10:30, you'll see the link for the Kickstart. You go to 11 o'clock, you'll see the one for the build uh, link that you're talking about. 4:30 for the role playing calls, etc.
and what's the parent site that I go to? You said Jay's has a coaching site. It's not a honeybadger.com. It's
Yeah, it's
not
not
Jay
Honey Badger.
Kinder.
Well, I just have it saved. I'll find my link and put it in the chat, and then you can go to that. It should open it up, but you're gonna have to log in with your username and password.
Right. Okay.
So that'll get you. It should get you to that site. I'll get it right now.
Because I couldn't ask anybody in the store hour because they don't open until 3 o'clock my time, and it was only 11 o'clock my time. So
All right.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions, guys, on Accelerate? Okay. Andre, I appreciate you doing this, man. It helps a lot. I didn't have all the answers. So that helps everybody understand where we are now. So I appreciate that. And you're welcome to stick around. We're gonna go into scripts.
All right,
So
buddy.
yeah. And uh here's what I want to ask you guys. If you guys could do me a favor, I'm going to ask you a question. It's not a test. It's just I want to get your input on this. So I told you at the beginning of class, listing inventory is up, right? And the number of transactions is down. So if you map that out like a bell curve, what does that normally mean economically? Like what? Well, let me ask it a better way than this. What does that mean to you as far as who should you be trying to attract more of? Should you be attracting more sellers right now, or should you be attracting more buyers? And if you could
Buyers,
type it in the chat, what was that?
buyers.
Amen. That's the answer. So you just look at the seesaw, supply and demand. If demand is low, supply is up. Clearly, we need more buyers. Okay. So the key is how do you get the buyers? They're out there. The same number of people in the country today that there were yesterday. All right. So as far as potential buyers goes, in my opinion, that number's fairly static. The question is who are the motivated ones? Who really just don't care about what the economy's doing? They just need a house. They need to buy a house, right? So how do you find them? Um, well, you can use your marketing tools. You can use Facebook to put stuff out there. What do people want to see when they're thinking of buying a house? They want to see nice houses. So what I'm going to encourage you guys to do is, and everybody has access to Facebook for completely for free, is set yourself up on a search on your MLS for sold properties. So every day you get your email that says, here's what's sold, here's what's closed today. Okay, or closed yesterday. Take the prettiest one, strip off all the address information, put a post out there, on Facebook and say, look at this one that just sold. How'd you like to have a house like this? Don't tell them where it is, anything like that. You want to be careful here. You can give them the price, in the list price and the sale price, give them the features, give them what they want. People want to see pretty houses. That's why on Netflix, all those shows, flipping an island, you know, flipping old homes, flipping Victorian homes, flipping brothers, flip flop, all these shows. I mean, I watch them and I'm in the business. So all you're doing is you're capitalizing on that. It's called a marketing phenomenon. Think about where people are when you're looking at houses, and a lot of them are just looking to see pretty houses online. So show them some pretty houses. Okay. If they're actively in the market, where are they going to start looking? They're going to start looking at Zillow. Statistically, they're going to start looking at Zillow. And any other place, they can just start Googling houses for sale in Spokane, Washington. And then they'll get all the broker sites because all the brokers are reciprocal, right? Coldwell Banker, Remax, KW, EXP, you name it. We're reciprocal. We show other brokers' listings. Okay. That's really all you're doing.
Hi, I just want to take a moment to thank you for watching a recording of the Monday Night Live class. Hope you're getting a lot out of it. I'm sure you will. I wanted to let you know that, you can come to Monday Night Live whenever you want, but you can also participate more with the team. Why don't you set up a call with me, a one-on-one strategy call? I can go over everything with you, show you everything that we have to offer. For example, did you know that on our team, not only do you get your leads, we actually give you your own account on our lead gen system. So this puts you in control. You're not waiting on somebody to hand you leads. You get to pick the ones you want. Okay. Huge difference. We have 21 of our own proprietary marketing campaigns. They're all copyright protected. We're the only ones that can use them. Okay. The coaching is absolutely one-on-one. We got 3 coaches. We even have a 4th success coach that we have access to. Okay. One of left fewer than 100 in the world. Okay. One-on-one coaching. Right now the big problem is volume. We need more transactions. We need more inventory. I get it. Well, we know how to get it. Our team actually outproduces the national average by more than 2 to 1. So if you're struggling, don't do that anymore. If you're a solo agent, if you're a team, let's just talk. Smart entrepreneurs are always open to discussion. Learn what we have to offer, and then you can make an informed decision about staying where you are or moving on. You got to decide, if you're not where you want to be, you've got to take action to get where you want to be. Let's see how we can help you do that. I look forward to talking to you. Click on the link, set up a call. And by the way, I'll see you on the next Monday Night Live.
You're not trying to steal a listing. You're not trying to do anything like that at all. What you're trying to do is educate the population and get people to raise their hand and say, yes, I want one just like that. If you should put in there, in your script, would you like to have a house just like this? What kind of house would you like? Ask those questions. Who, what, where, when, how, why. Just remember that if you want to write that down. And I would suggest you go into Facebook right now and do a simple post. Just put it out there. Okay. If you want to take it a step further, I highly recommend you create a YouTube channel if you're doing it already. It's completely free. In March, we're going to show you how to create your own YouTube channel. It honestly takes all of 5 minutes. And you can put houses on YouTube. YouTube is a huge lead source. Okay. So now here's the ticket. Let's say you get the buyers. What do we say to the buyers? And here's where we're going to start the subject of tonight's class. So let me share my screen. Now I'm in the team website. So that if you're on the team, you already know where this is. Let me go to the dashboard so I can show you where I'm starting here. So you have to log in to get to this members area. You go to globalinvestoragent.com, click on members login. It'll take you to this page. Okay. Then, guys, if you could go ahead and do this on your computers while I'm teaching class, I'm going to slow it down a notch, give you a chance to open up another browser session and go into the team website, click on members login to get to this page right here. If you're not on the team, just hang in there, because any scripts that I pull up tonight, I'm going to have Sugar put in the email tomorrow that has the recording of the class. So by end of day tomorrow, maybe early Wednesday, you'll have these scripts in your hands, whether you're on the team or not. Okay. So everybody with me so far? If you give me a hand raise or type in the chat box, you can do like a hand raise or a thumbs up in the chat box. Let me know that you're okay. Let me check that real quick.
Hey, Gary, did you need me for anything else? I got some other stuff I got to take care of. I'll let you go if you don't need me.
Yep. Andre, if you guys could give Andre a pat on the back, just say thank you
Thank
or
you.
type it in. Yeah.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks,
Thank
Andre.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andre.
Thank you, sir.
Happy to be in partner with you guys. If you guys need anything, I'll put my calendar in the schedule in the chat here. You guys can reach out to me if you need anything. Sean, why don't you schedule a Zoom with me and we can talk about that, okay?
When you do log off, Andre, please tell Beth that 29 people said hello.
Okay. Beth wants to get together with you on something with onboarding too. So when you have a minute, call Beth tomorrow.
Okay, let me write that down.
She was going to book a call on your schedule, but she doesn't need 30 minutes. She just needs probably 5 or 10. So.
Well, now, just give me a heads up. Am I in trouble?
No, not at all. She wants to reconnect with you and touch base about onboarding and helping all your people.
Gotcha. Well, I appreciate that. I think we all do. That's a huge, huge benefit for us. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Andre.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Because I'm going to click on GIA resources right here. Okay. And then I'm going to scroll down to scripts right here. Okay. Now, if you look at these, it's alphabetical, top to bottom, left to right. So buyer scripts happens to be number 1. And I'm just going to go through these quickly. I'm not going to cover them all. I just want to let you know, make sure you know what's here. Circle prospecting scripts. So this is important. If I don't want to get into a long dissertation on circle prospecting, it's one of my favorite techniques once the weather starts to warm up, or if you're already in Florida, you can use it year round. Okay. Cold calling scripts. We really don't do a lot of cold calling, but these are great scripts. Cold calling scripts just for investors. Commission handlers, who'd like to have those scripts? When somebody says, hey, I understand you want 3%, would you do it for 2%? What do you say to them? A lot of agents, unfortunately, would just go yes, because you want the transaction. But there's actually more to it than that. Okay. There's some absolute objection handlers when it comes to the people that want you to work for free, right? So I used to tell them when I had a team, my own brokerage, I used to tell people, do not ever cut your commission without speaking with me first, where you're going to end up taking the hit yourself, because there's strategies we can use to overcome those, like having the buyer pay the seller's closing costs, or the seller that would have been gone against a cost basis. With a buyer, some of those are expense items you can expense that year. In a tax time, you get whatever your tax bracket is, 20% of that back. So we can adjust the HUD-1 so everybody wins, including you. It didn't cost you a dime. Things like that. That's what I always tell them. Do not ever just cave in. Don't ever do that. There are too many other possibilities to overcome that objection. In any case, door knocking scripts. Well, we don't do a lot of door knocking on this team, but they're great scripts. Inspired scripts. Now remember, listing inventory is up. So what does that mean about expireds? What are expireds going to do? Are they going to go down or are they going to go up?
They're going to go up.
They're going to go up. Yeah, absolutely. FSBO scripts, right? When sellers get there, they don't want to pay a commission. They want to do it themselves. We obviously know 2/3 of the time that doesn't work. And it costing them more. So learn your FSBO scripts. And here's listing scripts. I am going to give you that tonight, by the way, because you still need listings. You actually need both, quite frankly, but you want to lean more towards buyers right now when that's what the market needs. Always go with what the market needs. Lead from the front of the trend. Don't be behind the trend. Don't do the wait and see thing, because you end up being broke. And wait and see does not work in this kind of a market. Objection handling scripts. It's a really good batch of scripts there. Open house scripts. Well, I tell you what, right now, if you're on this call and you need transactions like ASAP, one of the fastest things you can do is to do open houses for people that have listings. Okay. Not everybody's going to come through and buy that house. They're going to probably buy something else. They might not even buy today, but they might buy next month or the month after. So doing open houses is an excellent way to drum up some buyers. Okay. Power closes. That's when you have somebody that's kind of, not non-committal, right? How do you actually get them? We call that buttoning up or closing. Pricing scripts. That is really critical with listings. I mean, who's ever had a listing where the buyer wants more than the house is worth? I mean, it probably happens every listing, but just raise your hand if that's been you. Absolutely. Well, how do you handle that? Well, there's some great techniques there. Okay. Um, Getting referrals is actually usually pretty easy. Fear of influence scripts. So these are the people that you know and they know you the best. So this is important to know these scripts, and they're non-salesy, non-pushy. You're just serving your people. That's what you need. You want to serve them, not sell them. Taking the tree method, that's old-fashioned terminology, meaning you pick up the phone and start dialing. All the people in your sphere. You should be doing it every single day, actually. There's a whole plan for that, and I can give that to you as well. Talking points and scripts for agent attraction. That's kind of big on our radar screen right now, particularly for about 10 of you. And I will come on here and I grab those scripts, okay? Tie downs and trial closes. These are things you can do to help lead people along the journey of making a decision, okay, and committing. Working with flippers, that's actually pretty obvious. And work with me scripts. This is what you mean, things you say to people to choose you over other people or nothing else. Okay. So now you know where they are. All you have to do is click on them. So I'll click on buyer scripts, come into here, and you can download the whole thing. Just save it on your computer. What I would do really is you don't really need to do that because we're here anyways 24/7. But whatever it is you need today, like let's say you're going to meet a buyer and you've already met him once and you're trying to button it up. You want to, close them, so to speak. You want to print this off, practice it a little bit in the morning before your day starts, and keep it with you. Okay. You can highlight things, draw arrows, all kinds of stuff. That's why I like to handle scripts. There's no way you're going to remember everything at every moment. So always pull off the ones you need, depending on what your needs are that day. So if you're going to meet with buyers, grab this one. So in any case, getting a sign call, that's actually pretty easy because that means somebody saw one of your signs as calling you. And one of the first things you want to ask them to confirm is, are you in the market to buy a house? What time frame are we talking about? That kind of thing. But in any case, here's the biggie. Getting buyer's agreement signed. Now, what's interesting, this script is probably pre-lawsuit, but it's still relevant because we all are told by our brokers, get the buyer's agency agreement signed for your protection and the buyers too, by the way. But right now, raise your hand or just type in a chat box, I have, if you've been challenged with getting buyers to sign the buyer agency agreement. Like they give you pushback and they still aren't. Anybody have that challenge? Yep.
Yep.
So I would print this
They
off.
ghost me. They ghost me. You just don't hear
Yeah.
from them.
Well, what's interesting is most brokerages now require this. In fact, a lot of real estate commissions require it now. Do you guys know that?
Yeah.
It's not like an optional thing. You've got to get this signed. And just tell them, in fact, I don't know if I had the script. I saw it the other day that what it says is it tells the buyers, look, this is not like an optional thing anymore. This is actual real estate commission law. And you have to sign this for your protection. Tell them it's for their protection, not really yours. I mean, it is for your protection, but it's primarily for them. Because if they don't sign one, they have nobody looking out for their best interest other than themselves. And let's face it, in most cases, who has more experience helping people buy and sell homes? You or the average everyday consumer who might buy and sell 2 to 3 times in a lifetime? Who has more experience, you or the consumer? Well, you do, right?
We do.
So you absolutely want to point that and say, look, I can pull a tooth if you got a sore tooth right now, but wouldn't you rather go to a dentist who knows how to pull teeth so it's for the least with the least amount of pain to you, right? Would you be willing to pay the $100 to get the tooth pulled versus have me go out to the barn, tie your tooth to a string and tie it to a doorknob, slam the door and have your tooth come flying out with blood everywhere. Which sounds more appealing, Mr. Buyer? You know, well, it's the same thing with a house. You want to learn all the mistakes that can be made on your own, and you can't undo it. Once you sign the settlement sheet, it's done. You can't go back and undo that, redo it. It's a done deal. It gets recorded, and you got to live with whatever mistake you made. So now I'm just speaking to you because you're an agent, and I can talk that way. To a consumer, obviously, I'm going to tone it down a little bit and focus more on the facts, right? Which are number one, if you sign this agreement, a whole body of law kicks in for your protection. Okay. Number one is confidentiality. You can share with me anything you need to share, and it won't be shared with anybody else. If you don't sign that, I'm under no obligation to keep your information to myself. But more importantly, I am under an obligation to share whatever information I find out about the other party with you. But if I don't have this agreement, I'm not under that obligation either. Okay. Um, and there's a lot of other things too. If they go on their own, they don't have E&O insurance. There's all kinds of things that could, if something goes wrong, if somebody uses you through agency, you're protected with E&O insurance as well as you and your brokers. Okay. So there's a lot to this. It's not just, you know, them finding the deal they want and do they want to be locked into one realtor. And if that's their concern, always remind them and say, look, every realtor in this area has the exact same access to the exact same MLS. We're going to find out the same properties that are for sale for you. But here's what you can tell them. This is the part I want you to write down to remember, guys. Here's what sets you apart from the crowd. If you're on the global investor agent team, you got a really magical tool called Real eFlow for free on the team. You can go in there and find them every property that they'd ever want that's not on the MLS. And every other agent can say, yeah, I can find you off-market deals. But how are they going to do it without a system like ReallyFlow? It gives them access to every single property, the property information and the owner information. We know if they're in bankruptcy, foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, if they're behind on property taxes. We know how much of the loan they have left to pay off. We know who they got the loan from. No other agent has this unless they have this tool, and they don't because it's an investor tool. We just happen to use it for real estate brokers. So please remember that, guys. When it comes to getting a buyer agency agreement signed, you tell them, look, we all have access to the same MLS, but here's what sets me apart from the crowd. I have access to a proprietary system my team leader pays for that gives us data on every single property and every single owner and everything about that owner and everything about the property, including the loan information. I can find out what mortgages are 100% assumable to you right now, and you don't have to go get a brand new mortgage, and you can get a 3% loan versus 6%. What would you rather have? A 6% mortgage or a 3% mortgage? So any questions on that, guys? Leveraging a ReallyFlow tool for your benefit? Okay. You guys okay? I feel like I'm starting a lecture.
Pretty cool.
Thank
you.
You're very welcome. Okay. So that's one of them in there. There's also, comebacks because they might come back 2 or 3 times. Now I will give you a little secret and just promise me you won't tell people you heard this from me. One thing you can do for people who are just simply skeptical, they just are like, you know what? There's so many agents out there. Why would I just settle just on you? I believe you've got this great system called ReallyFlow. By the way, you should always have your laptop with you so you don't just tell them about ReallyFlow. You actually show them. Sit down on your computer, open up ReallyFlow, do a search. Ask them, hey, would you like to buy a house with 20% down and has a 3% mortgage versus 6%? You go out there and find them all the houses that have assumable mortgages where the owner has low equity. Here, I'll show you. Let me show you this. This is how easy this is. So we were in Alameda County, California today. So let me go in here. I'm going to eliminate some of these filters up top. I'm going to take off foreign investor, take off vacancy, take out the link with tax activity. So now I'm back to 44,000 properties. So I'm going to focus on people with low equity. That means they have less than, 20% or less equity in the property. That means a buyer can buy it with 20% down. So I know that. Then I'm going to go down here to the loan information, mortgage information, and I'm going to select FHA, USDA, and VA mortgages. And let's see if anybody comes up that has any of those kind of mortgages, and check that out. 1,899 people in Alameda County have assumable mortgages with less than 20% equity. Anybody get any light bulb moments going on right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, let me tell you. Then I can go in here and I can say, narrow it down to only mortgages that have a maximum interest rate of 4%. I know they're going to pay 6% right now. In fact, it's 6.16 right now. Average across the country, 6.16. And we just found 730 properties in one county alone that have assumable mortgages with less than 20% or less equity, an interest rate of less than 4%. This is how you're going to find your buyers, guys. So you take these properties, you take that, go out to Facebook, put that in Facebook, give them a couple pictures, just show them 10 pictures, right? Get the picture from the county website, not the MLS. You actually can if it's a closed property, but I don't want to split browser. I want to just have you do the easy thing. Go to the county website and grab a picture right there. Okay. Send it out there and say, look, this is 10 properties out of 730. This have assumable mortgages, 100% assumable, with 20% or less equity, an interest rate of under 5%. Would you like something like this? Please leave a comment. Let me know ASAP, and we'll go from there. Guys, that's how you get buyers right now. Okay. All right. Let me stop pausing for just a second. Any questions on what I just showed you? Actually, let me know if you feel like, who here feels like you can actually just duplicate what I just did? Let me put that this way. Who here feels like you're not sure if you can do what I just showed you and you need help with that? Does anybody need help with that? Great.
I've got investor clients that are looking for deals that are, I'm having trouble finding stuff. Everything I show them, it's like, no, no, no. And I've got their criteria, but I'm stuck, and I've got like 5 of them.
Yeah. Well, here's what you do, guys. Put that out there online. Put it on anywhere you can find. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever, YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel, say, this is why I want you to have a YouTube channel. You can create a new video, create a little slideshow with those pictures of those properties, prices, the mortgage information, right? No address. Don't put an address out there. Put it out there on your YouTube channel, right? And when you find, and you have buyers that raise their hand and say, yep, I want one just like that. You get the information, you go to pre-qualified. Then what you do is that same list of properties that we just found, the 730, obviously you want to narrow it down more than that. Go to them and say, look, I have buyers just like Gary Wilson or Kay Pett or Sean Peone who want to buy a property just like yours in your area, and they are qualified to assume your mortgage. Would you like to have a conversation, or why don't we have a conversation? I'll explain to you why you want to do this and what your benefit is. Okay. And that's how you get the people to loosen up and sell. Remember, the need is the buyer. So you go get the buyers first. Then you go to the owners of the same properties you just showcased and show them that. Show them the last names only. Actually, I've done this. This is something I've done before. I would take my list of buyers, just the last names, and I would highlight in yellow the ones that I've already pre-approved. And I would send that to these people in an email. Say, these are the people I'm talking about. The ones in yellow are already pre-approved. This is not theory. This is not magic. This is real life, and it's happening right now. And it can happen for you if you're open enough to learn more about this. And that's how you get the seller's attention. So find the properties, assumable mortgages, create a post, right? Put it on Facebook, YouTube if you have a YouTube channel. get the responses, reach out to them. If you've got to act fast, this is the kind of thing where time is of the essence. You're going to have to reach out to these people within 24 to 48 hours max. If you wait longer than that, you might as well start over. So these are people you will immediately respond to and tell them on the Facebook. Let's say they respond with a comment. Instead of giving information in another comment, tell them, I'm going to message you right now on Facebook Messenger. Please go read your Facebook message and put in there, make arrangements to contact them, make a meeting with them. Okay, that's how you do that. Don't do it in a public forum. Go to private Facebook Messenger and do it there. Okay, exchange phone numbers, emails. You got your social window. That's how you do it. Okay, any questions on that? All right, here's the real test tonight. Who here just heard enough and saw enough that you actually want to do this and you're willing to do it tomorrow? You're do it tomorrow.
I think I could do it tomorrow.
I see Monica.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but actually I have some other commitment, so I'll be doing it on Thursday.
There you go. Well, Monica, even though you're in the mentorship program, keep doing what you're doing. Come to class. You're going to be on the team, and it won't be long. You can do these things. Okay. I promise you can do these things.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll even help you. You know?
Okay. Thanks.
You're very welcome. All right. So now let's go back to the script. Where's my script? Here we go. Okay. Common objections to handling, people signing the buyer's agency agreement. So, and these are some of the things I said before. Is our policy of our brokers that I be 100% committed to you? And this agreement allows me to work for you, putting your best interest first. Was there a concern about that? I don't want to go over all these because you can do that on your own. But I think you should practice. So I think you should print this off and practice them. Okay. Buyers want a lowball an offer. Well, there's all kinds of scripts on that. And I can tell you right now, if you work with investors, you're going to get lowball offers. But here's the thing: there's a fine line between getting a good deal and being foolhardy. Too many times consumers assume other people must be stupid. Why else would they want to sell their house for twice what they know it's really worth, or buy something for half what they know it's really worth? I made half price offers, but I made them in cash. In fact, I'll give you a little tip here. If you're an investor, you want to invest, you want a good deal, make your earnest money deposit half of the price all in cash. That means you're literally committing right up front that you're ready for closing. You're not fooling around. You can use that technique with your clients too if you want. So in any case, there's all these scripts in here: clarify or gain agreement. Here's your conversations, ladies, or conversation starters. Sorry, my nose is starting to lock up again. I apologize, and my voice isn't as strong as it was a moment ago. But those are the buyer scripts. Now, real quick, I know we're going to it's past 8 o'clock here. Let me go to the listing scripts because I'm not suggesting you give up on listings. What I'm suggesting is lean more towards buyers right now and less towards sellers, but you still want listings. And one of the best things about listings is when you have a listing, who's more likely to call you? Begins with a B.
Buyers.
The buyers. Amen. He who has the listing controls the market. By the way, guys, when I say guys, hey, whatever, it's everybody. I mean everybody, So maybe it's just a Pennsylvania thing. I don't know. Sean, is that the same thing out where you live in Eastern PA? We're all guys,
Everybody's guys. Yeah.
That's it, So thanks. I just don't want to get in trouble, Sean, so I'm helping you.
Never know these days.
That's it. In any case, listing, asking for a price adjustment, list with me. Guys, I would actually like to teach a whole class just on listings, but I think I'm going to wait till March. But I use this methodology when people are really stubborn about their pricing. They just want to go shoot for the moon. what I do is I don't just bring in 3 comps. You know, you're supposed to do that, bring in 3 comps and you pick the one closest to the house. What I do is I'll bring in like 5. I might even bring in 10. And I'll go through them with the seller. And I'll say, look, there's 10 of them here. Let's eliminate the one that's least like your house. And we do that 6, 7 times to get down to 3 or less listings, 3 or less comps, excuse me. Then I give them a legal pad of paper, okay? All right, legal paper just like this. And I draw a little chart, okay? And the columns, it's just like an appraiser sheet. The columns are the properties, their properties, the subject property. The 3 other columns are the other 3 comps. And the rows are all the variables: bedrooms, bathrooms, yard, garage, pool, fence, all that kind of stuff. And I have them go through and check off the ones that are most like their property. All right. And then we settle on the one most like their property. And I say, okay, great. Go down, look at the list price, write that down on the chart, and then write down what it's sold for with any terms on the chart. And then say, well, look at this. A really intelligent person went through the same process you and I just went through before they made the offer on that property. And this is what their buyer's agents are going to do with them to come up with what they're going to offer you. You really think that some agents out there and a buyer that has all this information that we do is going to magically give you 20% more than what everything you just did told you what your house should sell for? And to let them answer the question. Now, I'll soften it up a little bit because I know I can be kind of harsh sometimes. I'll soften it up. But the point is who am I leading to that conclusion? Not me. I'm leading them to the conclusion. I'm letting them see for themselves. And it's in their writing, and I have to circle it. Circle that. That's the number right there. All right. Now, if you want to sell your house fast and for close to list price, that's the number you go with. All right. If you want to wait and kick the can down the street and hope somebody will buy it 3 months later, after 2 or 3 price drops, sadly, once you have the first price drop, people smell blood in the water. And then they are definitely going to go a low offer. Every single time, guaranteed. Why not stop all that nonsense and price it right to begin with? And that's the script I use for the sellers. So remind me in March, I'll teach you that class. We'll go through it in a lot more detail, and we'll actually do an example. But in any case, right now, here's the listing scripts. You know, I love it when people say, well, I'm not giving my house away. That's not what we're asking them to do. We're asking them to be realistic. In any case, that's all in here. So let me stop share. If you guys could, if you're on the team, and Angela, we'll have a Sugar set you up. Whenever you're ready, Angela, just let Sugar or me or either one, and you'll get the access to the team platform. But go ahead, guys, if you have the access, go ahead and print those off, keep them with you. Just the ones you need right now. You know, you don't have to print them all off. You can save them if you want, but if you're on the team, they're yours. That's part of what you pay me for in your commission splits. But do those, and I would challenge you to do what I just did tonight on Really Flow. Look for people that have low equity, either FHA, VA, or USDA mortgages, okay? And interest rate below 4%. As long as it's a 2% differential with the current rate, you'll get some takers. If you just make it 5%, they're like, I'll just wait till the rates come down. You make it 4%, people will say, oh, I'll do that. 20% down, where are they? Show me these properties. It's one of the easiest things you can ever do. So thank you, Kathy. Yep, one of the many benefits of being part of the team. So do that. And then if you need help with like creating a post on Facebook, just let me know, set up a call. We'll go through the steps, okay? And make sure you leave out the addresses. Just grab a picture from county website, tax assessment database, give a description, and then give the information on the loan, the current loan that can be assumed. Again, all from Really Flow. Okay. Sound good, guys? They make you feel a little bit more confident right now about getting a transaction? Good. But don't forget open houses too, guys. Make sure you volunteer to do open houses for other people to have listings. You know, reach out to them. Don't wait for them to call you. You call them. And especially when it's nasty out, they'll happy to have you do a open house. Get yourself some buyers that way. Okay, let me check the chat box here real quick. Let's see, this is Kathy. I had a potential lister tell me today they have previously had the property listed on the MLS and then did all the selling themselves rather than using a full services of an agent. Well, I don't know exactly how they did that, but is the property, Kathy, still active? I mean, is it still
It's not active yet. They're getting the
okay?
house ready. And I've talked to them in the past. I talked to them today, and that's what they've told me they've done in the past, is
Okay.
basically sold it themselves, but had it listed in the MLS. And there is a way to do that, Gary.
Yeah, there was those companies like $200 or something, and somebody will
Well,
load it up
I
there for
think
you.
any of them can do it. I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But you would
So,
charge them like a flat fee or something at least, right? I
Don't
guess.
do
Yeah.
it for cheap.
Yeah.
Don't do it for cheap.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I haven't ever done that before, so figuring
Yeah.
out an appropriate rate would be something. I
Well,
already
what
let
the,
them know that they wouldn't have any of the benefits um, other than the MLS post that an
yeah.
agent provides.
Well, the big thing is they're exposing themselves to the wolves. If they don't use agency, they're not protected with E&O insurance. If
Yeah.
something goes wrong, they're totally on their own, you know? So,
hmm So hopefully
one
we'll
thing,
have other conversations.
yeah. Well, here's another trick. What you could do is this, you could say, look, I know you want to sell with no cost, you know. I get it. It's just, we want to be frugal. But tell them to say, look, I tell you what I'll do. I'll list it for you, but I do need to put a commission in there. And generally we get 3%. I know it's negotiable, but the thing is, the old saying, you get what you pay for. If you buy cheap, you get cheap. But tell them this, say if you bring in the buyer, right, you're willing to make a concession on this listing side commission if you bring in the buyer and tell them one of the things we're really good at on our team is bringing in the buyers. We know how to find the buyers. Most agents don't even do that. We've got a nice little trick up our sleeves to do that. So tell him that. See if that doesn't get him to. He might be trying to test you to see if you'll come back and what you come back with. Um, but that way, what you tell the buyer is they're responsible for part of the commission. If you want to, if not, the buyer might have a listing and you get that listing.
Yeah,
So
they're not quite ready yet. So what I did today was provide them with a number for somebody who could plow out their driveway at the place because it's vacant right now. And they need to arrange for contractors to come in, help them get it, all painted, things like that.
okay,
So,
Yeah, you're providing a service for free now.
yep, I know, but that's goodwill. That doesn't cost me a dime.
yeah, yeah. Well, it is good to serve and give and earn their trust. Um, but there'll be people out there who'll take advantage of it for sure. But for the most part, I do agree with that approach. You want to, be as helpful as you can. Let them see you being helpful. Um, you're more likely to to go with you.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
But instead of cutting a listing commission, tell them, look, let's keep it in there, right? I'll need something we need something to share with the buyer's agent, because if we don't, the buyer's agents are not going to bring their buyers by. And that's a fact. So tell them that, and you can make a concession if you actually bring in the buyer yourself. And that's easy to write up. That's a very common technique when the wintertime when the market's slow.
Well, I figure we can talk about that during the huddle tomorrow, maybe.
Okay. And they got some good news for you guys too, guys. I was gonna save it tomorrow, but I'll tell you, I did meet with Ron Williams from Hoodle, and he is interested in the idea of doing a Hoodle huddle for new construction, where his compensation is based on commission earned and not just that you pay him a monthly fee. He hasn't committed to it yet. Just want to be completely frank with you. But I think I got him opened up to the idea because that's what I do. That's what, everybody up above me, Jay Kinder, all those guys, for the most part, what they've done is exchanging their training platforms for a share of commission in some way or form. So Ron gets that, and I told him you can keep doing what you're doing now to bring in today's revenue, but start building your revenue share now, your downline, by doing this. You can get some commission that way. So in any case, more to come on that. I just want to let you guys know that that's in the works. Okay. So, okay. Well, listen, guys, thanks for sharing. Rob, Kathy, hey, Sean, thanks for sharing, guys. And thanks for being here, especially all the guests. You can come anytime you want. Okay. Darren, who else here is, I guess, Bernard, good to see you, buddy. Always good to see you, blessed. Susan C, it's good to see you too. Actually, I think we're trying to promote you, but there you go, Susan. I just made you able to talk and post some stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
How are
you. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good. What's your temperature? I mean, where you live, not you.
It finally got up to 40 today.
You're lucky.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
It's been a lot lower.
Yeah. It's 8 degrees where I am right now. And it's been -0, below 0 every morning the last, I don't know how long. But that's okay.
Wow.
It's toughening me up, So
I joined in late, but I will try to go back and get it.
well, you know what? As long as you register, the recording will come out tomorrow. You'll get everything in the recording,
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Good to see you.
All right.
Well, listen,
thanks.
guys, I'm gonna head off here. I hope you have a wonderful evening. God bless you and all your loved ones. And I'll see you if you're in the production huddle, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Wednesday if you're on the agent attraction huddle. And please feel free to set up a one-on-one. And also we'll see you next week. By the way, next week we do have a guest teacher for part of the class. It's going to be doing workshops, local clubs, associations, joining them or creating your own, okay, and some scripting there. So one of the guys is one of the renowned experts on BNI. So he's going to talk about, Business Network International, BNI groups. So keep an eye out for that. Invite people to that. I'll be teaching a little bit too. And also, old student of mine, Tatiana Urban, is coming. She's going to be on from Worcester, Massachusetts. And she built her own investor club, just like we teach it. And she's getting deals from it. I just want you guys to be on next week to have another channel for you to bring in people, both buyers and sellers, and invite people to come to the class. It'll be a real good eye and earful for your guests. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys take care. Okay, stay warm.
All right, thank you.
Bye, Gary. Thank you.
Good night.
You're welcome.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thank you for watching Monday Night Live. Consider subscribing. Agents, want to learn more? Schedule a call with Gary using the link in the description.